YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Kanju. Welcome to the Gooners View. Welcome back to another episode of the Gooners View, man. What a weekend. A lot of disappointments. A lot of horrendous predictions from my end, man. I can't believe how wrong I got it. But I'll give myself one thing though, is that I did predict the Trossard goal. I did say that when we're playing from home, I feel like he's going to come in and he's going to score a goal. And the gods deemed it, so I'm glad for that one. But yes, for some of you who already know that you're here, we're Arsenal fans, and that's all we're going to be speaking about. Please make sure to hit the like and that subscribe button, man. Let me know as soon as you subscribe so I can shout you out. Thank you so much. On the road to 10 subscribers. So yeah, I'm going to get into it. I'm not even going to faff around. I'm not even going to be playing around with it. I'm just going to go straight into it. Very disappointing from Arsenal. I'm a very disappointed fan. And, I really, for some reason, I really thought Arteta was going to switch it up this time. I really thought he was really, like the suggestion that I made, on the previous episode was that before the game was like, I felt like Ben White needed some time off, put in Tomiyasu to deal with Ivan Toney on that side. And you could see most of the game, that's all they were doing. Brentford was just playing those long balls over there. And I think Saliba and Ben White were not able to deal with him correctly. And I feel like Tomiyasu would have excelled there. Again, with Gabriel Martinelli, one-dimensional. Teams are noticing now that, listen, Newcastle overloaded at the back. Newcastle just doubled up on the wings. That's how you stop Arsenal. You just low block them, and that's exactly what Brentford did. And when I'm being honest to myself, just as a football fan, I really feel like we actually didn't deserve to even walk away with the point in that game. We were very lucky in my analysis of the game. I really feel like we could have gone down 3-0 in that first half. So we'll take a point, I guess, but it was very disappointing. You saw the difference that Trossard made as soon as he came in. I believe, like today's episode, what I was going to speak about, I said I was going to touch on the game before, but what I really wanted to speak about is the upcoming game on Wednesday at the Emirates again. And this time we're facing, the guys who are chasing us. We're chasing the champions, who are the holding champions of the Premier League, Manchester City. Yes, they are dealing with a lot of controversy up at the top in terms of management, but on the pitch, they showed yesterday that, even though there was a little bit of a wobble there in the second half, but they showed that means nothing to the players. They are not thinking about that. They're thinking about the football. They're thinking about what's ahead of them. They're thinking about the title. They're thinking about proving people wrong, because we all assumed that they'd be distracted and that their mentality was probably going to be all over the show, but that really wasn't the case. I saw the game against Aston Villa. I really thought Aston Villa was going to do something for us. I was begging them to do something for us, but I feel like there's been a couple of times where Man City has been handing us opportunities. Other teams, Man United came there, I don't know who else they played, where they lost points, valuable points, and I wonder if all of those had gone the way of Man City, where we would be now on the table, on the standings, because Man United is right there now. I think I can confidently say that Man United is probably coming up into the title race. So it's a very important fixture. I really feel like the game that we played against Brentford now was very important. I think some might even say more important than the Man City game, because that would have given us a little bit of headway, But yeah, in that game, I really feel like Arteta needs to again do something that's going to be different. Yes, Man City is a different team. They're not going to be a team that's going to be setting back, letting us play. Definitely not. They're a team like us who likes to have the possession. They like to control games as well. So we got a little bit of a glimpse of what it would look like when we played in the FA Cup. They knocked us out, obviously, 1-0. Again, a game that I feel like we should have won by at least 3-1. But, whatever. I still feel like maybe this time, Eddie Nketiah might have to be taken off, given a break, maybe come in to try and seal the game up. In his place, I would put Trossard. Maybe I'd keep Gabriel Martinelli for this game, only because I feel like Martinelli will thrive in a game like this, because Man City will give him the space to run. Saka will also be given the space to run, because I think Pep is very confident in his players, very confident in his defense, and he feels like they can handle it. Maybe Akanji can be there. I don't know, maybe the 19-year-old guy, Luis, can be there. We'll see. But my thing is, I would definitely remove either Eddie Nketiah or Gabriel Martinelli, put in Trossard, because Trossard gives us that little bit of dynamic play. He's unpredictable, he plays with both feet, left or right, it makes no difference. He's very direct, he dribbles, he makes things happen, and he's got that sort of, I guess in just that aspect, he reminds me of Gabriel Jesus, because that's what I feel Martinelli is missing. Because when Gabriel Jesus is there, he's able to draw the defenders, draw all the attention to him, giving Martinelli the space to run into, and he's able to, get the goals. The goals that he's gotten was when Gabriel Jesus was there. So I feel like this game, I would definitely make sure that I give those guys a break. take Eddie out, put Trossard in there, because Trossard can play anywhere in that front three. So depending on who you want to give a break, maybe give Saka a break. Trossard can also play on that side, and then have Martinelli, and then have Jesus. Have Nketiah there. So yeah, that's just what I feel. In the back, I think this time I definitely would keep I'd keep Ben White for this game, just because I feel like Takahiro Tomiyasu might probably not be that needed on that side. I think Ben White will do a good job of trying to keep Riyad Mahrez quiet. Maybe on the other side, he'd be able to keep who's the number 10 guy again? Grealish. He'll be able to keep Grealish quiet, even if Grealish is out and Foden comes in. Like the last time, good job there, that side. They kept that guy very quiet. He wasn't able to do anything. They isolated Grealish. So I feel like I'm not worried about Grealish that much, but he is someone to look out for because he tends to creep into a match. If you're not watching him, he tends to creep in. So this time I'd keep Takahiro Tomiyasu out of the squad, and I'd have him come and influence the game to seal it out at the end. The middle, I'm not very impressed with Martin Odegaard. Our captain has been a bit behind play these days. These past 2 games, he hasn't really, given us that little bit of magic, that he normally does. So I'm very worried about that. I don't know though if I would introduce the Vieira into that lineup yet. I don't know if I would start with Vieira. That's something that I don't think that I would risk, and I don't think Arteta's going to risk it. I think he's going to play his usual characters there. He's going to have Martin Odegaard just in front of Xhaka and Partey. I think that's what he's going to do. And I think Ramsdale's probably going to be there. Some people feel like Ramsdale deserves a break. Maybe we put in Turner. Turner's also good with the ball. He's also a decent goalkeeper. I don't think Arteta's going to do that. We'll have to see what happens. But yes, again, I would say in the front is where we need creativity. We need press. We need pressure. And I think because Jesus is not there, someone who's got a little bit of that Jesus-esque, if I can call it, sort of influence is Trossard. Trossard for me might just be the guy to unlock a lot of things happening in the front. We saw this again in the FA game that I'm going to reference again. He was there, he made a difference. So that's just how I feel. I feel like he's got the sauce for that. So yeah, you guys let me know. Let me know in the comments there. What do you think? Do you feel like, the team is okay? Am I panicking? Am I being unnecessary? Am I feeling like, that feeling is starting to creep in again, that we're going to fumble this thing, we're going to crumble again, and we're only going to get top 4, even though, yes, top 4 was what we were going for. Don't get me wrong. Take all of that. But there's nothing wrong with if we've reached for the moon. I don't see why we can't reach for the stars. That's just the way I look at it. That's my analogy of it. We reached the moon. The whole thing was to reach the moon, fine. But now the stars are also within reach. Why not? Why not? Because if you don't, then you just land on the moon. And that's still far away from Earth. That's still far away from where you thought you were going to be. That's far from finishing 5th, far from finishing 8th. So I'm proud of my team either way, but it's very disappointing in the way in which we drop points. That's all. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. And yeah, I'm going to see you guys on the prediction video. I'm out.